Hi, I'm Corey Michaels with Corey Michaels Productions, Christy with Auction Frogs, and you know, we have both done events for so long in different ways. I've been an MC and a voice artist in over 30 years, and you know, doing charitable events, being able to help fundraising galas and different causes, that's what made everything I ever did make sense, because I was able to give back. And they had so many coming up and so many wonderful causes, and then all of a sudden our world, understandably, came to a halt. But the thing that didn't come to a halt was the need of all of these organizations. And I laid awake at night trying to think about what I could do to be able to make a difference. And I was getting kind of down about the whole thing. And right about then, I get a call from my brilliant friend here, Christy, and she's like, nope, I got an idea. And mind you, this was a week ago.
So when I called you up and said, listen, here's what I want to do. We have an online auction. We've got a good friend, Brad, with Ellsberg Studios that can do the videography. We can go virtual with this event. You can host it. You can still be the MC. We'll take our technology and our talent. Let's bring something together that any of our clients around the world could use and be able to still project an event in a different way.
Right.
Different than what a traditional gala is, but I'm thinking we get pre-recorded messages, we get our sponsors, we get our donors, we have our organizations, we have the cause, they have all the items still. We have the technology, run an auction a week before, you go live with it, and let's do an hour, a half hour before the auction ends. We'll run our bid wars and be able to go straight into every single computer of everybody tuning in to raise money and help bring that awareness right back to them without stopping the event.
So this was our idea a week ago, and now here we are getting ready for the very first one with the incredibly talented kids from Centennial High School Band. All right, you ready?
I am.
You ready?
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Hi, Centennial Band family and community and supporters. My name is Brittany Brings, and I'm the band director at Centennial High School. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, would like to thank you for the time and talent and energy and resources you are putting in to make this event successful. We were really sad to have to cancel our in-person fundraiser. It was the right thing to do for safety and health of all of our families. But it is, like, that's a big chunk of our year that we kind of rely on to happen. So to be able to move this event online to this format in these kind of uncertain times and test out this new event, I'm really, really excited to be on the forefront of that. We are right now in the really deep midst of planning for the future and for our next season. We need to make sure that the steps we take right now are helping carry us through into the fall. Because on the other side of this, we're going to need that ability to share and express music and help us heal through this kind of uncertain time. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to the Centennial Band students. I miss you, I love you, I know we're going to see each other again soon. I would like you all to stay happy and healthy and sane, pick up your instruments every now and then, and everybody who's a supporter of our program, we can't wait until we can all be in the same room together and make some incredible music. Thank you again for your time and resources, and we can't do what we do without your help and support. Thanks so much.
My goodness, and here we are, our very first live virtual fundraising event, and thank you so much for being a part of it. Thank you to Miss Brings there, the band director. She is amazing. We're going to talk more about her coming up in just a little bit, and how this can be able to help. And as we had just talked about, it's not just the funds that are raised in all of these galas and charitable events. It's really beyond that. It's the awareness that comes to all these different causes. So this is a way to be able to do that. We can broaden that footprint globally, really. We can do it from anywhere, and we're excited to be able to do this here for our local band. You don't have to be here with us. That's the beautiful thing in the time that we are in right now. And we want to stress the fact that we are very, very aware, as all of us are, as to what we're living through right now. So we want to make sure that we can let you know, and we're going to show you how we're able to do this and still be able to be safe and still be able to be effective and still be able to get the word out and to raise the funds that are needed. So as you can see right over here, Christy with Auction Frogs. We're going to start with Christy. She is a good distance over there away, but she is going to be feeding all the Facebook comments, text messages, answering questions that you might have during this. So please feel free to be able to send those messages into and questions into Christy. And then over here, we have Melody. Melody is our camera person with Ellsberg Studios. And then in the back over there, Alice making the magic happen with all the computers and everything. And then Brad Ellsberg with Ellsberg Studio. There's Brad. So there is our crew. And so we're able to make all of this happen, well, hopefully, with just this crew right here. And we can. And we thank you so much for being a part of this. Now, one of the things that makes this so effective is the ability to not just have an online auction, but have that, okay, not the same as the tuxedos or ties and all that of a gala event, but still bring that live experience to an online auction. So you're going to have that auction going, as Centennial Bands has been for the last week or so. And then this is the ending of it. We're now down until less than a half an hour to go, and then it comes to the bidding wars. There's another exciting part that you're able to get through Auction Frogs, is the fact when it gets down to the last 10 minutes, if any bid comes in, because you've been to events before where there's a silent auction, and you really want that item, and you put down your bid, you walk away to go get a beverage or whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden someone snuck in right behind you, right at the last second, and they outbid you. You didn't have a chance to get it. Well, that doesn't happen with the bid wars. So in that last 10 minutes, if you're not looking, didn't see what's happening, you're going to get a text message. It's going to tell you, okay, someone outbid you. Okay, you have that time because it extends it another 10 minutes. Not only does it let you know someone outbid you, but another 10 minutes gets added onto that. And it's not just between those people. If you're coming late to the party, no worries. You're able to still get in your bids on all of those items. But I encourage you to do right now is to text the word CHS Band to 555-888. So 555-888. Get out to a larger audience. That's what we're trying to achieve right now, and that's what you're giving us by watching and being a part of this. Now, all of the things that we're talking about tonight are all about these kids. It's about what it means for all of these kids, and no one can talk about this better than Principal Derek Bubb. He's a first-year principal, and here's Derek to tell you what it means.
Hello, Patriots and Patriot supporters. My name is Derek Bubb. I'm the principal of Centennial High School, coming to you in this strange day and time, which we're all on house confinement during this COVID-19 crisis, coming up with new, unique ways to do some fundraising for important programs on our campus. I want to talk to you a little bit about our band program today under the direction of Brittany Brings, and just talk about their impact on our campus. I guess there's no better way to understand the impact that our band program has than when they're not around, and right now obviously they're not on campus, but just being able to talk for a second about what that means to the culture at Centennial High School, what that means to them as students. I think students walk away with really three big things as I think about the band program. Their grit, they learn how to just have long-term goals for music and for life, perseverance, getting through some really difficult things, and then being able to collaborate and work as a team, I think, are all really important things that they walk away with. School-wide, it's a sense of pride for Centennial High School. I can remember just as the weather started turning warm before we released from school, having the band program out there to play some music and kids piling around and really just providing that sense of pride in what they do. The high level of competition that they offer and high level of excellence that they offer. No better time for me than to be able to go to a band concert or a band performance, band competition, and see those kids perform at their best. We appreciate all the support we get from our Patriot community. Every dollar counts, and we appreciate anything you can do for us to help provide for our students, so they can have an amazing program here, and we can continue this process at Centennial High School. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Principal Derek Bubb. And those are two words you're going to hear a lot over the course of this next 20, 25 minutes, and that's thank you, because you can't hear it enough, because it takes all of us. As Principal Bubb had mentioned, we can't do this alone. It's all of us together as a community and healing together as a community through times that we've never known before. And it's been each individual, it's been each of the parents, each of the kids in their own way to be able to help. And of course, all of the generous donations that have come from so many different businesses throughout the community. Now, one of the items, as you look at all the different items that are on the online auction, and again, if you haven't gone yet, CHS Band to 888 is going to bring up all the auction items. Now, you'll notice some of these things along the way are things you go, wow, in another case, that would have been a live auction item. Well, it is, but that's where the bid wars come in, because you're still able to have that same effect of a live auction because of the bid wars, and we can keep that going, and it will keep going until that high bid is reached. Now, one of those items that typically probably would have been on a live auction is from Dunkley Music, and it's a Kala Satin Mahogany Concert Uke. Now, obviously, I was not a ukulele kid, but it comes with a case, it comes with a tuner, and more importantly, I was able to talk with Tanya Heiner from Dunkley Music about why it is so important to keep music alive with our kids.
It is. It is absolutely great therapy for anything that ails you.
And we need that more than ever before right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the ukulele?
So it is a Kala brand mahogany ukulele with white binding. It is a step up from their entry level, so it's got nice tuners, nice pieces and parts. It's a great sounding ukulele, holds its tune really well. Really can't go wrong with this ukulele for either a beginner or someone who's played for a while. It would make a nice gift for someone. But the ukulele is so easy to learn to play that this is a really great way to get started in music.
Well, and that's what we're all here together for this evening, is talking about the music for our kids in the Centennial Band, but really for any kids or anyone that is watching the live stream right now. You know, we're all spending a little extra time at home right now. Maybe it's a good time to pick something back up.
Exactly. It's been a great instrument for families. It's the best part of my job to sell ukuleles to. In fact, I say I don't sell them, I adopt them, because they're all my children. I love my ukuleles. But there are so many times that parents or grandparents have come in, they purchase the ukulele for their child or grandchild, and then they have to come back and get their own because the child doesn't want to share. And I have families that, you know, have one for every person in the family, including grandparents, and they play together and they just have a wonderful time.
Well, Dunkley has been such a wonderful part of our community for so many years and has brought a lot of joy to a lot of families. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. So happy to help.
Well, just one of, again, the many, many incredible donors that have come together for this. And this is a time for coming together more than any time that we've ever known in our lives. And music is such a part of that. Music is healing. Music, I don't care what type of music you like, where you live, who you are, what socioeconomic background you have, music resonates in the soul, and it brings healing to communities, to individuals, and for these kids. It's really even beyond that, because the kids in band, and if you were a teenager, because you were a teenager at one point, and so was I, we all know that going into high school, you're trying to figure out, where do I belong? Well, these kids now, they have found band, and for them, that's where they found their place to belong, no matter what school that is. And it goes beyond then just the band and the music. It goes to their sense of purpose, and with that, they're able to then excel in school. So you're not just giving to the music program, not just to the band. You're giving to these kids education. You're giving to their future. And that's what we're able to do together with this. You know, the old adage that comes along that it takes a village. Well, that's what we're talking about, because it truly does take a village in order to be able to do this. I mean, we have, in this case, over 90 kids. We've got the largest pep band in all of the Treasure Valley. Over 90 students. Miss Brings, who you got a chance to be able to see earlier, she is amazing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her because I'm sure she does not want to brag about herself. She was the Centennial High School Teacher of the Year. And then that didn't come out until after school had already closed. So the kids, her kids, and all the other students weren't able to congratulate her. So here's our chance. Mrs. Brings, congratulations, and so well deserved. She was also District 3 Music Educator of the Year in 2019. So there you go. It shows you just a small piece of what an amazing program we have at Centennial High School with the band. So one of those donors that came in, and as we talk about all the amazing community members that came together here, we got a chance to be able to chat with Zeppeli Bread. Now, they've been a part of the community for a long time. They do amazing work in the community, and they have amazing pastry. Try the banana bread if you haven't had a chance to yet. And thank you so much to them, and got a chance to talk to Charles just a couple of days ago.
Charles, thank you so much for all that you guys do for the community.
Our pleasure. We've been part of this community since 1993, and we've owned Zeppeli since 2006. So we really do feel that we are very much a part of the Boise and Treasure Valley community, and even beyond that, some of our products are distributed outside of this area. So our name is actually known outside of just the Treasure Valley.
We just wanted to have this moment to be able to say thank you. Thank you for all you do. And as we will have talked about a lot tonight is the fact that it takes a village. It's not just any one individual or any one business. It's really all of us pulling together to be able to meet the needs of all the things that are going on in our society.
Well, thank you. We're a small local business. There's not a lot of margin in bread. We don't have the deep pockets of big corporations. So right now we're fighting to try to keep our employees employed. We have a very good group of loyal employees, and we're trying to do anything we can. We are donating some products, to the auction, for instance. We've donated some bread to Create Common Good. They are now housed in our facility, so that we work very closely with them, and they're producing a lot of meals for those who either can't get out of the house or can't afford food or to get to grocery stores. So they are buying some bread from us because we do need the revenue to keep going, but we're also donating as well. So we're just all trying to be in this together, and we realize that if we all work together, we can survive this.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. Charles, thanks for taking some time with us, and thanks for your donation tonight.
My pleasure and our pleasure.
Charles, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our donors. And remembering the fact that, as my shirt says, I am with the marching band. Well, I'm with the jazz band, I'm with the marching band, and all the band. All of us are by being here and being a part of this event tonight. Mrs. Brings, we were just talking about her and what an amazing job she does with the kids. And we could spend this entire time just showing performances of the band. And I kind of wish we could, because they're just that amazing. But we're going to give you a small glimpse here at the talent of these kids with a jazz band performance. Oh man, they are amazing. And I invite you to please, if you haven't had a chance before, go out and see these kids. When school gets back in session, when the events are able to happen again, whether it's a jazz performance, whether it's one of the football games or one of the other sporting events or one of the concerts that they have, you will love every moment of it. And here's the thing, with each one of these items that you're bidding on, and again, if you're coming late to the party, CHS Band to 555-888. Now, you can be able to watch it on your computer, you can bid on your phone, and you got it both going at the same time. We're going to be getting closer and closer to the bid wars coming up here in a little bit. And if you missed it, I'll tell you a little bit more about that on the way. But here's the great thing. As you look at all of these amazing items that you're bidding on, when you get them, you're going to be able to have them either sent to you, you can be able to arrange for pickup when the time is safe and appropriate for that, whatever you would like to do with that. But every time you look at it, when you use the gift cards, whatever it happens to be, you get to remember that you were a big part of what got to happen with all of these kids. So we're officially into one more minute. We're going to be into bid wars. So that means right now, get all your bids in there, because once we hit that 10-minute mark, once you get a bid in, Well, it's going to extend that item another 10 minutes. Now, if you get outbid, you will get then a text that'll tell you, well, you've been outbid. And here's the thing. We want you to get it, but we want the money for the kids and for the trailer, for the band that we're going to talk about coming up here in just a few minutes. We want that more than you getting the item. So we encourage everyone to bid, and to bid high, to bid a lot. You can also just make a donation. Maybe if there's not an item you necessarily need, you can be able to go to item number 3 on your list, and you'll see that, to where you can just slide over and be able to make just a donation, because you want to be able to help out with all of the kids. So with all of the things that we're talking about tonight, we want you to be able to be a part of all of this, because we're in this together. So once again, CHS Band to 555-888. And we knew there was going to be a couple of technical glitches on the first time of doing this. There, we found it. Now we got it all out of the way. So as the bid wars now have officially begun, get in those bids, and you don't have to worry about getting outbid before you have a chance to be able to get those bids in on those items. So, all right, as we move on through here, we talk about some of our sponsors, and there has been so many, and I wish that we could talk about each and every one of them. Another one of those very wonderful giving donors is Michelle Murray and Murray Chevron in Boise. Now, Michelle and her husband and the crew there, they are constantly giving to all kinds of different causes throughout the valley. It seems like whatever event I have gone to, in some way they are involved with. And we did get a quick chance to be able to just get a hold of Michelle last week when she made her donation, just to say, thank you, Michelle.
You're so welcome. I'm excited to be able to help. Both of our daughters, our younger 2 daughters, graduated from Centennial. So we definitely know that the band is the most important part, I think, at the sporting event, to keep the energy up high and the kids motivated, and the cheering stands. I did have a cheerleader, so we know that the choreography and the band, they all work together.
Michelle, bless you. Thank you so much.
Anytime, anything for Centennial High. Go Pats!
Hang on, we got a Facebook comment to take off the flannel. Is that where we're getting? Okay, all right. We can do that, be able to fly my I'm with the band colors here. All right, so here's a chance. And again, thank you to Michelle Murray and Murray Chevron there in Boise. Please, they're a locally owned business. Take care of them, as all of these, Zeppeli Bread and all the others that we've talked about and got a chance to talk to, these are locally owned businesses, and all of us are going through this struggle together. So if you need something, please give back to these same businesses that have had such an impact in being able to get us closer to our goal tonight. Now, some of our items tonight, well, let's see, we have the Blimpie Blast 3-foot sandwich. That serves 15 to 20 people. Right now, that is, the high bid is at $40. Thank you, Irving, for that, but you still have time to be able to get another bid for it. Got the Cheesecake Factory gift card, $65 is the high bid with Scott. Thank you, Scott, very much for that. Murray Chevron, who we just talked to Michelle, $45 is the high bid. Larry right now has the high bid. Thank you, Larry, very, very much for that. So some more of our Facebook comments, any of the texts that have been coming in. I know we had one, and we touched on it earlier, but it looks like someone, oh, here's one from April Peterson. April says on Facebook, Brittany Brings is a rock star band teacher at CHS. Thanks for the hard work, Corey. Those kids deserve it. Well, don't thank me. Thank all the kids, and thank you for being a part of this. You're the ones that is making this happen. We also had the question of how do I pay if I win? Real easy. All you do is just put in your credit card information, and as I mentioned earlier, then it's up to you. If you would like to pick up the item, you can make arrangements for that when there is a safe time to do that. When you're comfortable with it, we'll hang on to it until that time comes, or you can have an option to be able to have it sent to you as well. Whatever you feel comfortable with that. Let's see, will the item be shipped or mailed? Whichever. Okay, whichever. I just wanted to make sure on that. So yeah, whatever works for you, you can get that taken care of. All right, so any other comments, please feel free to be able to give the comments, questions, any of that. You can text it in, or you can be able to, you can Facebook that question as well. Remember, CHS Band to 555-888 is what's going to get you if you're just getting in to get to the auction items. Some more of those items that we have coming up as we are firmly into the bidding wars now. How much time do we have left, Christy? Okay, we're down to just a few minutes left, so we're at 8:04 right now is when that one's going to end. We've got the Massage Envy. That one's an $80 bid right now, and that's a Markwell 70. Thank you so much. That's going to close at 8:04 unless another bid comes in. Once we get to the 8 o'clock point, if there's not been a new bid and it's not in the bid war, it's going to close right at 8 o'clock. But if there's still a bid war going on, that will extend. So each item, it'll tell you the time right there as you're looking at your online auction so that you know what you have and where you are in that bidding so that you can be able to extend that out if need be so that you can keep bidding on it. All right, so one of the other donations that we've got Michelle Duke, and got a chance to talk to her a couple of days ago in Meridian at Rain Salon and Spa, and they actually did a couple of different baskets with Aveda products. And talk to Michelle about what is included in some of those items.
We donated some Aveda services in the salon for someone who is going to win that to come and enjoy when we reopen, and also some Aveda product as well.
I know you're always so giving to the community, and this is something that's very important to you and all of the folks there at Rain Salon and Spa to be able to give back to the community.
Absolutely. We definitely do many things for our community. Our staff donates time at different places like Camp Rainbow Gold for the kids' beauty day there, and we raise money for Idaho Rivers United every year as well. So we, amongst many donations to schools and women's organizations. So yeah, we try to take care of our community every day.
All right, so again, thank you to Michelle Duke and Aveda Rain Spa and Salon there in Meridian, and the same as many of the businesses around because of the situation that we're in right now as we really are going through uncharted waters. They are not open currently, but they will be back and they will be going stronger than ever. And so you can get in on those baskets of all the Aveda products. And I'm telling you, once we get through all of this, I think there's going to be a lot of gals and a lot of guys that are going to want to go to the spa. I'm just saying. So here's a good time to be able to help out a great cause and to be able to get something to look forward to. And you know, I think I had mentioned it earlier. Hope. Hope is what we are giving right now. Hope is what we need more than anything, because through this time there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of uncertainty. The way to get past that, the strongest emotion we all have is hope. And by you coming together with us here, by the kids having something to look forward to with getting this trailer, with getting the new uniforms down the line, and we'll talk a little bit about that too, it gives all of us hope. It gives hope for these businesses and each of us, and me personally, because I tell you what, it's really easy to, as we isolate at home and we do the right thing, to feel like things are never going to end and there isn't hope. But there is hope. And we're providing that, each of us together. So thank you. Those two words I told you were going to hear a lot. All right, so we are down into the bidding wars as we make our way through here. One of the things I want to bring up as I bring this up here, and I'd mentioned that one of the things that we're hoping for and going to be coming forward, going to be very needed, is new band uniforms. Now, the new ones are going to need to happen in probably 4 to 8 years. The last ones were purchased in 2011, so we're talking about already 9 years old. That is going to be, when that time comes, over $40,000 to be able to get all of those uniforms. And we're not expecting to get that all tonight. But of course, as we move forward, I know the parents and the kids currently, for those kids that are going to be coming forward, are definitely going to be wanting to help out those generations of band students to come. As we talk about our different items here, one of the things that you can be able to get in on is these were actually made from old band uniforms. The West Ada had approved the use of the old uniforms. Now, these ones were worn from 1988 until 2010, so right before the new uniforms had came. So we're talking 12 years they had been a part of or longer than that, 22 years. And so with that, they were allowed to be able to repurpose all of those uniforms. So all of these different items, and there is a bunch of them. There's messenger bags, there's these just awesome teddy bears. There's lots of different items, and you can be able to see those on the silent auction as well. And so and there's multiples of each one. So if you want to get more than one, you're more than welcome to be able to do that. In fact, this could have been one of the uniforms right here that Mrs. Brings, the band teacher, might have been one of the ones that she wore and came from her uniform. So very cool, one of a kind, unique items, and another way for you to be able to help out with the kids. Some of our items here, I want to talk about this one because this item right here is so unique, and talk about one of a kind. This was crafted, and it is a handmade base. It is for a bookshelf. You can use it as a bar, however you would like to utilize that. But what a great, great piece to be able to display in your home. And that is, again, that's an item that would have been a live auction item in just about any other event. Now, in this event, because of the bidding wars, you can keep that right on going. And as soon as we can, we'll get to that on where we are on that one, but I know that one's into the bidding wars at this point. So when we can get down to that one, let's see where we are with it. That was down at, well, that one's closed already? Okay, so we're closed down on that one. The string bass, that went for the winner, $850. So Songbird something. Thank you so much, Songbird, for $850. That is wonderful. Also, thank you to Melly Cox. We've got this acoustic guitar that was autographed by Travis Tritt and Vocal Duo of the Year, Montgomery Gentry, and of course the late Troy Gentry. So just some very cool items, but items that we still have going on right now. High bid, there's still the Blimpie sandwich. We still have the Cheesecake Factory is into bidding war right now with Scott at $65. Some of our other items that are going to be closing down, the Zeppeli, that is still into a bidding war right now, going on for a couple more minutes there on those items. So still some things for you to be able to get in on, but remember, every bid that comes in right now in the bidding war, that's going to extend that time and you can get more opportunity to be able to do even more with that. All right, now we had mentioned earlier what this is all about. Tonight specifically is being able to raise money for the trailer. Now we're going to get into a lot of the details about that, but I got the privilege to be able to talk with one of the band parents, Lindy Haley, about the importance of this trailer for the band. And thank you, Lindy.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me, for taking my call. We have been working all year trying to put some real focus on earning the funds for the band trailer. If you can imagine, the marching band, when we go to clinics and competitions, we have to load all of those great big instruments, the marimba and the vibraphones and cymbals and percussion instruments and all. It's not just the ones you see on the field that the students are carrying, it's also the ones in the front ensemble. And all of those instruments need to go into some sort of a trailer to be transported from one location to another. And right now, because we don't have a trailer, we need to rent one every time. And that gives us, it's a little bit limited because if you have your own trailer, you have the opportunity to kind of customize it to be able to protect the instruments better. Some of the ones that can be, stacks on a built-in shelf or platform can help us consolidate it so we can actually fit it in a smaller space, whereas right now we kind of have to over-rent a larger truck in order to fit all those instruments in, and then we don't really have the opportunity to customize, the padding and the safety to really be the best possible transport of those instruments. So it'll be a big game changer and a big transition for the band to be able to own that trailer and really make it work for the instruments that we have. So we're looking forward to continuing to push this forward and get these funds together and lock this particular purchase in.
Lindy, thank you so much for taking the time. And that's just one of the many, many band parents. And when we're talking about over 90 band students, so think about that with how many band parents we're talking about. And they're just so proud to be able to be a part of this. And a lot of them, alumni, that now their kids have gone on to be the next generation of Centennial band students. Here are some more. In fact, some of these parents probably wore, again, some of these uniforms that were made. We were just talking about the different items besides the teddy bear, some pillows, messenger bags, and they are so beautifully, beautifully done. And what a unique piece of history when you're talking about if you're an alumni or your child is currently a member or maybe a former student at Centennial High. What a great piece and a piece to remember your part of tonight. We look like we're doing quite well, but we need even more. Here's the thing as we talk about this and all the needs for the trailer, and I know Lindy had talked a lot about that, but it is $1,000 yearly is what the school spends to be able to rent the trailer. Now, it's not just renting a trailer. They have to rent it for each specific event, which means they're at the mercy of whatever happens to be available at that time. So it's not like they can know, okay, we're going to put this equipment here and this equipment there and this equipment here. Every time they've got to figure out how to securely be able to get all of the equipment in there, loaded, unloaded, and then do it all again. And then it's the Mission Impossible Tetris thing of having to do it the next time around with whatever trailer they get. What this is going to be able to provide is, as Lindy had mentioned, they'll be able to customize it. So every time the equipment will know, you'll know where it's going to go, the parents, the students, everyone, that here's where this goes, here's where this goes. And we're talking about $100,000 in band equipment, $100,000. So to be able to have a place where it not only is customized to be able to fit and the ease of use, they can also be able to securely store that as well. So you don't have to worry about the loss of this equipment, which would be an astounding amount of money if something was to happen. So here's a way for you to be able to give right now, whether it's in the bidding war or just going to item number 3, is a way for you to be able to just make a donation. And you can go with whatever amount you would want. But Christy, do we have any new questions or comments on Facebook? Yes, if you would like to do this same exact type of auction, you can be in Florida, you can be in Oregon, you can be in Texas, you can be really anywhere in the world. Well, as long as I can speak the language. But we can do it from anywhere. The technology is there. It can be customized for your event, your donors, your individual need or cause. Because of the technology with both Ellsberg Studios and with Auction Frogs, this can be replicated for anyone, anywhere. So great question. Thank you so much. Also, let's see. What is that one? I love your shirts. Can I buy one? Is this shirt available? Yes, yes, it is. So I'm sure as soon as school is back in, you can be able to contact the school and find out how you can be able to get one of the I'm with the marching band t-shirts. I know we've also had questions about just making that donation. And here's the thing. We've talked about how it takes a village. It takes all of us together. Because you know what? I can't make a difference by myself. Brad can't make a difference by himself, Christy. Not one of us just individually, as much as we would like to, we can't make the difference. But you know what? Where it's special is when, just like tonight, all of us come together and each of us gives what we can. And I know it's uncertain times. So just know there is no donation too small. There's no donation too large either, don't get me wrong. But whatever you're comfortable with being able to give, coming together as a community, that's how we're able to make miracles happen. So it doesn't take just one. And more now than ever, it takes all of us together. And remember, it brings the hope that we talked about. And hope we need more than anything else. So if you go to item number 3, you're going to be able to see a picture of a rendering of what the trailer would look like. You can also be able to slide that amount from side to side, whether that's $10, whether that's $25, $50, $100, or you can do a customized amount. Whatever you feel comfortable with, trust me, all of it together, it adds up. Because your $10 and her $25 and their $10, $20, whatever it happens to be, man, it really adds up quickly. And back to the point right now, we want to thank Erica Z, $100 donation. Erica, thank you so much. Irving, $60. Wonderful. N. Brown, $25. Pelly, another $25. They just keep coming in, and you can keep those donations going right now. So go to item number 3, check out the trailer, and then make your donation in whatever that amount is. And whether, again, you have a current child that is at Centennial High, a former one, or maybe one getting ready, going to be going here pretty soon to Centennial High and going to be a band student, or you just want to support our community and the incredible music program and keeping that healing going through music and how that is able to help. Let's see, $50 from IATS. IATS, that's our merchant service credit card provider. Thank you, Matt Dunn. IATS, that is wonderful, $50 there. Again, it is adding up quickly, and so we should have actually a grand total here coming up pretty soon on what we're looking at, but it's not over yet. Don't think that, you have to stop giving because, again, the bid wars are still going on, and it looks like as we're looking at where we are right now, okay, we're hoping for $4,000. Right now, we're at $3,392. So we are getting so close right now that we can be able to just, you can see it right on the horizon, being able to hit that grand total of $4,000. So now it is so important for you to just go and give on item number 3, that trailer. And again, it doesn't matter what that amount is. It all is going to add up. And as we talk about, especially for kids, and we talked about that uncertainty, as us as adults, we have uncertainty. We have anxiety about what's happening in our world. Think about what that means for kids. Them being displaced from that community that they have at school, in the band program, how that affects them in such a grander level. Not just the fact that they're annoying you because they're home and they're going stir crazy, because trust me, you're annoying them too because you're home as well. It's more than that. It's getting to that point where they have something to look forward to when this is over and we're able to get back to whatever that new normal is going to be. They have something to look forward to. This trailer, getting back to the world as they know it and back to their community of kids and that camaraderie of all the band students. Thank you to Larry Leisure, $50. Larry, thank you so much for that donation. That is wonderful. So again, this is something that, as we make it through, and this is the very first time of doing this, and we had our little bits of bumps and bruises along the way, but you know what? Because of you, we are doing quite well for this. And it's something that we want to be able to do for every cause, because as we've said many times, the need doesn't go away just because the normalcy of our world has kind of gone away to an extent. In fact, that need coming out of this is going to be even greater for a lot. A lot of the charitable organizations and a lot of the fundraising galas that were happening, especially these ones coming up the next several months, because they start getting planned months and months in advance. They already have all their auction items. They already have all these things that now they're just going, now what do? We still have the need. We have this stuff. Well, here's a way to be able to do that, and you can get a hold of Auction Frogs and be able to find out how this can be able to be replicated for you. So you can still go to item number 3. You can still donate. You can still buy items. All of these, there are multiple of the vintage items, so please just keep on bidding on those, and you can buy those right now, and you can be able to give to help as we're making our way closer and closer to that complete total that we're looking for of $4,000. And you know what? I believe in this, that together we're going to be able to do this. Any other comments, Christy, or questions? Okay, all items are officially closed, but item number 3, when you look at the trailer, remember, you can still be able to give that amount, whatever amount that happens to be. And again, whether that's $10, $100, $500, give what you feel comfortable with. And that's together, again, is what's going to make the difference. So the 2 words I heard that I told you were going to hear more than any 2 words this entire evening were thank you. So on behalf of the Centennial High Band, the parents, the students, most importantly, Ellsberg Studios, Auction Frogs, and myself, Corey Michaels, thank you for being a part of our very first of hopefully many live virtual fundraising events. Oh, Okay, well, we're not done quite yet. So please, as mentioned, contact Auction Frogs, and we'll be able to get some more information on how you can be able to help out in all of that. It looks like we were just under the, remember those hiccups that I told you about on a first-time event? Yeah, we found another one of them, and that's okay. Because all of these, as we get through it, because this is brand new. And it's going to be brand new technology as we figure it out. But I think we grew a lot tonight, and we thank you for helping us, and thank you for letting, for Centennial High School, letting us use them as our first guinea pigs. And I think we have achieved, let's see, Andrea is asking, what is Andrea asking? What have we made so far? Looks like $3,500 is where we are right now. And do we know what our total was that we were looking for? Was it 2,000 was the original goal that we were looking at to definitely. So now, because of you, we'll be able to get the trailer, the customization is going to be able to happen, and who knows, maybe a little bit left over to start going towards those new uniforms that are going to be needed in a few years as well for all of the students. So are we? I'm looking at Brad and Alice in the back. We're good. All right, thank you so much for being a part of it. And remember, if you want one of these and a little bit smoother, you can contact Auction Frogs. And you can go to auctionfrogs.org and get all the information and all the contacts as well. And remember, keep bidding, buy your vintage items, and go Pats.